Yet another day of devastating numbers in what will no doubt be the most deadly winter of our lives. States reported 164,000 new cases just today. And keep in mind, that's probably not the full tally because we're not testing enough, but 164,000 new cases of coronavirus. A record 79,000 people are currently hospitalized, suffering the disease. Before, in the last wave, the highest we got was 60,000. And today, and this is really, really, really upsetting and troubling, there were 1,869 deaths. That is the highest death count since the first week in May. The White House Coronavirus Task Force warned Mike Pence yesterday that if we continue on this course, the U.S. could see 2,000 deaths per day by Christmas. Honestly, I think that's optimistic. By Christmas. And our leaders, I mean, we've talked about the Republicans, but honestly, on both sides of the aisle, are not setting a good example, the kind of behavior we should be modeling if we want to have any chance of preventing that from happening. To give you some context here, there are 8 members of Congress that are currently in quarantine. At least 6 of them have tested positive, including 87-year-old Republican Senator Chuck Grassley of Iowa. Grassley is the president pro tem of the Senate, the Republican with the longest record of continuous service. He was last in the chamber on Monday, maskless, presiding over votes. Now, Grassley is the second oldest senator in that body after Democrat Dianne Feinstein of California, who's a few months older. You might think at 87 years old and with several ill colleagues, it would be wise to exercise extra precaution. But Senator Feinstein was seen not wearing a mask at a hearing yesterday in the halls of the Capitol. I mean, look, we all slip sometimes, but it's really important here. And this comes just days after House Democrats plan to hold an indoor dinner party in a windowless room of the Capitol for incoming freshmen and members who just won re-election. That event, hosted by 80-year-old Speaker Nancy Pelosi, was canceled at the last minute in the wake of an uproar of criticism. And then there is Democratic Governor of California Gavin Newsom, under fire for attending a 12-person birthday dinner for a lobbyist at a Michelin-starred restaurant earlier this month. New photos obtained by a local news outlet show the meal was not fully outdoors, as the governor had claimed, which makes a big difference, by the way, a big difference. And among the guests who sat close together unmasked, apparently shut inside, were, get this, officials from the California Medical Association. What are we doing here, people? What are we doing? These people should all know better. California added 9,800 new cases today, over 60 deaths. The governor is correctly requiring Californians to mask up. This is not leading by example. And they live in a part of the country where it's still pretty warm outside. It's California. Go outside. Go have socially distanced cocktails at one of your donors' Malibu mansions. In large swaths of the country, winter is here. People being forced indoors, adding fuel to the fire in places like the already hard-hit Midwest. We're talking about the dire situation and lack of leadership in a state with one of the worst death rates in the entire world. Next.